Hi everyone, today I'm going to explain you linear inequalities. Linear inequalities is like the opposite of linear equations, and for linear inequality we are going to use the symbols less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. It's going to be equal to when we have the line down to the symbol of less than or greater than. And remember, basically inequality means an imbalance, or it says that we're gonna have different quantities in both sides of the weight scale. In this case, I'm going to explain you how to solve linear inequality with one step, or it's say only with variable in one side. In this case, we have x minus 5 greater than or equal to negative 6. Our objective is to identify the value for x or the values for x, because the difference between equations and inequalities is that in inequality you have many solutions. So for example, in this one is going to be x, and we are going to copy the greater than or equal negative 6, and this we are going to apply the inverse operation. This is negative 5, we are going to move as positive 5. Then you will have x greater than negative 6 plus 5. Negative 6 plus 5 is going to be negative 1. And this is going to be the value for x, or it says that we're going to take values greater than negative 1. In this case, we say x greater than negative 1, or it say can be 2, can be 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, until the positive infinite. And we are going to represent this with a graph notation. With the graph notation, we are going to take the values greater than negative 1. So I'm gonna represent here, and you can represent in the number line here negative 1. So we write negative 1 here, and then we are going to take the values greater than 1, or it's say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case we are going to take the values to the right, because in this we have, so we take this one and we circle this because we have to include the solution, or we include the negative 1. And then you take values until the positive infinite. So here we have positive infinite in this position. In that way, you're going to work with the linear inequalities. Okay. In the second one, we have negative 5x. So we are going to copy negative 5x less than, in this case, we copy the less than 19 minus 4. Then we are going to solve negative 5x, we copy the less than, and 19 minus 4 is equals to 15. Then we divide by negative 5 here, and we divide by negative 5 here. But pay attention to this instruction. If you divide both sides by a negative number, you need to change the direction of the inequality, or it say it's going to be negative 5 over negative 5, it's going to be only x. This is less than, we are going to convert into greater than. And 15 divided by negative 5, it's going to be negative 3, and this is going to be the solution for this inequality. Then when we need to represent this to interval or to graph notation, in this case we are going to use graph notation. We are going to take from negative 3 here, and we are going to take values greater than negative 3, or it said we are going to take, for example, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2, and to the positive infinite. And in this case we are going to write the circle open. Why open? Because we don't include the solution, or we don't have the line down. And then we take values to the right, or it say until the positive infinite, and we represent with this symbol until the positive infinite. In the second one, so that means that we can take, for example, here positive 100, and we will replace by x. We say 100 is greater than negative 3, yes. 5 is greater than negative 3, yes. So Basically, we identify values that made through our linear inequality. And in the last one, we have a distributive property. First, you need to work with a distributive property here, negative 4 times 2 and negative 4 times 3. Then we need to solve it. So we are going to have negative 4 times 2, it's going to be negative ax. Negative 4 times 3, it's going to be negative 12. Greater than positive 12. Then we apply the inverse operation. Negative ax greater than 12, and this is negative 12, we move as a positive 12. Then we simplify negative ax greater than 24, and then we need to divide by negative 8 both sides because we apply the inverse operation. But remember, in this case, just if you divide by a negative number both sides, you need to change the direction of the inequality. In this case, it's greater than, so we are going to change as a less than. So it's going to be less than 24 divided by negative 8 is going to be negative 3, and we already finished with the exercise. Now, to represent the graph notation, we are going to use the number line, okay? So we are going to copy here, then we can locate the negative 3 in this position, and you need to take values to the left, or it's say to the negative infinite. So we take here, and this is going to be open because we don't have this line, the line down. So we put open here and open, and it's going to be, this one tells us the direction of the inequality or the solutions that we need to take. In this case, we need to take to the left, or it's say until the negative infinite. And then, so you take the values here, and that means that you can take values, the values before the negative 3, you can take it. The values after negative 3, you can take it. But values like negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 100, until negative infinite, you can take it. But for example, if here is 0, for example, you can take 0 because 0 is not solution of this inequality. So remember, we represent the negative infinite here, negative, and we put the negative infinite. Okay, and here is positive infinite, negative infinite,